And CPI month over month came back at 0.9%. It was expected at 1. Now that seems like it's lower than expected, but when you're looking at it from the perspective of the last prints here, the CPI month over month is the highest headline CPI year over year and month over month since April of 2024. It's the biggest month over month jump since June of 2022. So it coming in lower than expectations, great, that is good. But those expectations had risen to levels that were, of course, very high. And so, yes, they came below forecast. They absolutely did. But when we're thinking about this from the perspective of, inflation rising, it is going to continue to rise here. You can see CPI urban consumers, that gasoline, is increasing. As we move forward here, CPI rose 0.9 month over month in March, up 0.3 in February. It rose 3.3% year over year, up from 2.4% in February. And the index for energy rose 10.9% in March, led by a 21.2% increase in the index for gasoline, which accounted for nearly 3/4 of the monthly all items increase. So as we move forward here, we're going to have to pay very, very close attention to the Fed Fund futures today. And right now it's a 39.1 at that September 15th, 2027 meeting. And it was a 0.2 earlier today. It's actually very surprising that the Fed Fund futures hasn't changed much from this print here at 8:30 with 15 minutes here before the bell. But what we're watching out for is, notice that the September 27th meeting is 39, and we have the October here is 39, and our current is 39.1. It came off of 39.2. If we get, as we go into the day, the rate cut pushed out into the future, and it would be only 0.1%, right? That is what markets went from pricing in a cut in December. And as the market rallied, the cut was pulled into the future. If we lose September to October or October to December, then this entire rally that we've had here so far, which has been fantastic. I mean, it has been highly technical. It came from a traditional long setup last week that was front run by exactly 1 tick. We had long setups going into the end of last week, which retested on Sunday night, Monday, and then retested during trading hours on Tuesday. And of course, we've gone straight up in extensions since then. What we have to be aware of is that the VIX is inside of extensions of extensions. The ES has an extension target to complete, and it could be inside of extensions as well too here as we move forward into the end of the week. But we start completing profit targets, completing extension targets, and then fill gaps from February 27th, which there is an unfilled gap up here from February 27th. I believe it was a Wednesday that it was left unfilled. We fill those. This stream continues at emoneyaddict.com. The link is in the description. Join me there for tools and resources for learning measured move trading. I wrote the book on the measured move. Check out the hundreds of others that have learned trading plan development, pattern recognition, money management, and trading discipline with me to become the best, most confident trader that you can be.